Oh legends, we're not using the studio setup for this episode. Hey guys, welcome along to Coins Age Media. We're doing another little review on Laurel and Hardy. This is a short film called White Girls Love Sailors from 1927. It is a short, silent DVD 16. This is all maritime adventures. And, in all honesty, this short had its moments, but it wasn't a strong one compared to a lot of their stuff that they've had in this box set. This one here, not really so many laughs in this one. Like at the beginning it says it was written by Hal Roach himself, and I don't think comedy was a strong point. This was before, I'm guessing, Stan and Ollie teamed up as a double act, but Laurel and Hardy in this one, Stan is playing a sailor and Oliver is also a sailor, but Oliver is the first mate on a ship that Stanley is not a crew member of, and the whole film revolves around a girl that Stanley is in love with, and unfortunately for him, the captain of this boat has also taken a liking to this young woman, and he tries to steal her off Stanley essentially, and pretty much hijacks her completely, takes her on the ship with him, and before they get a chance to leave, Stanley catches up to try and save his girlfriend from this ship captain, and Oliver is playing the first mate of this ship captain, and he's a complete badass in this film. This is a reputation that he has, and yes, Stanley pretty much spends the second half of the film trying to get rid of the crew so he can attempt to save the girlfriend from the captain, and he does this by dressing up in women's clothes, and we get that whole routine again, which is famous in the Laurel and Hardy movies, of Stanley playing a woman to achieve something in the film, and he manages to actually get some of all the guys in the boat to fall for him, thinking that he's this here incredibly beautiful woman has come on board the ship, and yes, he manages to get them one at a time and knocks them out, and then Oliver is on the other side of the boat and he's smoking a pipe, and whenever Stanley has these guys knocked out, he drags them around and sets them behind Oliver and puts them in the different poses. Like one guy is posed, he's knocked sort of half unconscious, and Stanley puts him in a pose like he's fighting someone, and with Oliver's back turned, Stanley chucks a bottle or something, hits Oliver in the back of the head, and of course he turns around, Stanley is scarpered, and all he sees is this guy sitting, I guess, here, so he grabs him and chucks him off the side of the ship. So that happens a few times to get a few of the crew members off the ship and out of the way, but then it goes down like a weird route where this is working for Stanley in the short film, but he decides to pretty much let Oliver know that he's there. There's no explanation for why this happened in the short film, but it happens, and then of course Oliver thinks he's a woman, and there's a whole part where they're Oliver's trying to flirt with Stanley, and yes, he says, I haven't kissed a woman since we left one of the last ports, Africa, if I recall properly, and Stanley is like, close your eyes and I'll make you forget about it. So of course Oliver, eyes closed, and he's standing puckered up ready for a kiss, and then Stanley leaves him, goes to the porthole into the captain's cabin, and he sees the captain trying to force himself on his girlfriend, and I think Stanley's idea doesn't explain it at all at this part of the film, And I think his idea was to get the captain out and get him to kiss Oliver. Doesn't happen because while Stanley is trying to do this, gets into the cabin along with the captain's wife turns up. Earlier in the film, we discovered he left her at another port, and she finally catches up to the ship, and she's about to go to town on the husband. And yes, it escalates when she gets into the cabin, and Stanley unveils himself as a man, not a woman, to try and save his own ass. And yes, the wife forgives the captain, but the captain not very forgiving of Stanley. He's like, I'm going to deal with you later on. So this is when Stanley blows the whistle on him completely, opens up the bedroom and the captain's cabin, and unveils the girl that he kidnapped and brought on board the boat, and tells the captain's wife that there was 4 more before her and they're all gone. So yes, she picks up a gun, or Stanley gives her a gun. They leave. You see the smoke blasting out through the porthole of her shooting at the captain, and then the gun comes out, takes a pot shot at Stanley, and blows the dress clean off him. It is a random little film, to be fair, and not one of their strongest, and some of the storytelling in it just it didn't really hit for me. And again, as I say, it said at the start, it was written by Hal Roach himself, and definitely I don't think comedy was his thing, even though he produced a heck of a lot of comedies. I don't think he was just the guy for writing them. But yes, it's not a drastically bad film. It's worth a watch if you are a completist and you enjoy the Laurel and Hardy movies. This is by no means going to be a waste of your time, but just know, going into it, it's not the funniest. And yes, it's, yes, the completist will enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but it's not the strongest.